back to the NEPA officials to bribe them, or rather to beg them.
Well, the issue is a transformation has started, and people are getting to be aware that, look, it's high time this stops. Whether you go behind and beg, there are people there. You
Talking
understand?
about voting them out, I want you to complete that statement.
So right now, it is for us to sit down. Elections are around the corner.
Okay.
Who and who?
Okay.
What are their manifestos? What and what do they have to offer?
Okay.
Yes, we have to start from somewhere.
From somewhere. All right. In 10 seconds, Mr. Futrojaye, so we'll move on. Quickly.
If for this country to escape the gripping hold of poverty, it is important for the National Assembly to remove Muhammad Buhari and his vice president. I am serious.
All right, we cannot allow those kind of talk.
That is not the way to go.
It's not the way to go. We can't incite people to do, those kind of things. All right, let's go back to our viewers. Jacob sent this one in, and he says, good day. The only solution to reducing this poverty is to create legitimate industries like we here in Benue. We have many natural resources, but nothing has been done about it. Every election, I will do this, I will do that, and yet instead of elevating, we're rather coming backwards. As for me, I'm waiting. If I'm lucky, maybe one day I will win Debbie Lotto. Oh, really? Okay. All right. I don't know what that young man is trying to say. All right. One more before we proceed. You guys will wait for Western people to tell us the way we should live. It's just fallacy to say Nigerians are living in extreme poverty. We are just lazy. It is the responsibility of everybody to feed himself and his family. How do you feed your family if the economy of your country is not working? When there's unemployment, no jobs. So what are you talking about?
You get to see most of the betting centers. You get to see even elderly.
Are there? Everybody.
Do you know what is happening now?
No.
From the NEPA, these power companies now that you mentioned, NEPA is gone. People are beginning to resort to self-help. What does that translate to? An imminent chaos.
Okay, let's move on, gentlemen. We pray God will deliver us from this. Nigeria is #1 nation living in extreme poverty. That is not pleasant news at all. Next on our agenda today, clearing agents on strike at the airport. Clearing agents at the Murtala Muhammed Airport, Lagos, yesterday embarked on industrial action in protest against a new policy introduced by the Nigeria Customs Service Lagos Airport Command. The protest, which began in the afternoon, grounded activities at the cargo section of the airport to a halt. The agents, it was learned, accused the command of raising mandatory charges on consignments by 300%. The alleged directive, credited to the Customs Area Controller, MMA Command Jane Shoboiki, is that all consignments must, as from the 13th of July this year, be on Form M. All right, now a member of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, ANALCA, Chris Wabuzo, explained that most of the policies introduced by the controller could not work at the airport, as some of their consignments do not fall into the category directed by the command. I mean, I covered maritime for some years, about 3-4 years, and I know that Form M usually is for when you have big goods, like your goods are. So if somebody is bringing in like a small consignment and all, you have to be on Form M. I don't understand this. Maybe you guys understand it.
Okay,
I don't.
I have an idea. I have an idea of clearing too, and this is just outrageous because I must say that we all know that the government are trying to raise through tax to run the government, but we're just coming out of recession. It's going to be telling back at us as citizens. This is not doable. It's not doable. Just like the land use charge that Lagos State said 100%. A lot of people, they build their houses in Lagos way back in the 70s.
Some did not build. They inherited.
So telling them to bring 100% is just far-fetched from the reality.
500%.
Yeah.
You see, to me, this is the same malaise.
Mr. Drojaye, please don't talk about politics in this
it's
topic
it's
again.
the same malaise.
Okay.
You understand? You wonder how that Controller General got to office. Look, he said something about Lagos State, how they did this, their charges. We heard about CBN, how they want to move, what's it called, Bureau de Change, how they wanted to muzzle them out of business. It's the same malaise. There's no, can't government be run better? There are people you are working with. You want to increase rates. You sit down, you talk. This is where we are going, so that the change or increase will be seamless. Now you increase the rates, there is chaos. This is not how government should run. I keep saying it's the same malaise. Like you say, it is not politics. It is, if you don't do things well, this is what you are going to have. Why is our economy in chaos? We have a finance minister who was a consultant in London that politics brought to be a commissioner of finance for Ogun State. Then politics brought to be the finance minister of Nigeria. How much experience does he have? That's why see, it's not politics. These are facts. How much experience does Madam Kemi have to run the economy of this country? What has she done before?
Well,
we talk about country Wella. What country Wella had worldwide experience?
Mr.
This
Femi.
country ran better. It's the same. That's why I said it's the same malaise. People who are not supposed to be in office are taking decisions that affect you and I. Look at that. These clearing agents now. What does it take to call them? Because this is going to affect them. Call them to a meeting. This is where government is looking. This is what is going to happen. How are we going to do this so that there will not be problem in this side of the industry?
Okay, sorry to actually cut you short there. You know, because even at the ports at Apapa, it's pretty tedious for you to actually get your goods out of that place, and you get to pay as much as your goods are still there. You get to pay.
You keep paying.
Demurrage. And that's the same thing that's still going to go on again at the airports.
You see?
So, and you're still talking about we not being number one, and we're trying to get ourselves out of the poverty level.
When simply the government is the one putting the people at that poverty level.
In that situation.
Because, I mean, I don't understand. Why would I have a 1 kg thing and then you are asking for a Form M? It shows you are not creative, you are not innovative. If you want to make money, there are other ways that you can make money. You don't have to suffer me just because you want to make money. That's why we're saying there are lots of things wrong with this present administration.
I even think that properly governments make policies based on what will be beneficial.
Yes,
You know, those who are governed.
After consultation.
Exactly.
You
This is
have
not a
one
military
person.
government.
Yeah.
You have one person making the policy.
And
to
then
affect
everybody
others.
goes down
It-
from
it-
after
you know,
all. It
you
goes
have
down.
one person making the policy, and here you are.
Causing
You
chaos.
say you will not cause wahala. You will definitely cause wahala. Look, I still do not understand why our president has not sacked even one person in this
I have
government.
answered that question, and I told you that it takes a competent person to identify an incompetent person.
Well, I wouldn't want to go that way with
is the
you.
truth.
You understand? I wouldn't want to go.
All right, let's hear Buki's thoughts on this.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
in clearing, it's all about turnover. Those people, it's not that they are making huge sums of money from those clearing jobs. It's the turnover. The more you clear, the more money
Of
you
course.
make. So if there's a total shutdown in this, I tell you, it won't even be beneficial to the federal government because they're going to lose a lot.
They're going to lose revenues.
And you are going to cause poverty.
Next 2 months, because it's an industry. A lot of people have families that feed under that industry, and if this continues for 2-3 months, there's going to be a shutdown, and it's going to be chaotic because especially freights, goods that come from cargo. Air cargo, it's faster and it's accessible, unlike the seaports.
And what this means is, if this goes on, the strike goes on, even
for
people
a month.
who have goods on ground to be
much.
cleared, you can't.
You can.
You can't, and then you keep paying your demurrage on those, that is not even your doing.
I want to believe,
That's what it
I don't
means.
know who is using these tactics. Just like the way Lagos State government started, they said, is it 500%
Yes.
And they now negotiated it to I think 150. I don't want to believe that's the same tactics the federal government wants to use. They throw this Form M, and people revolt and they call for a meeting and now reduce it a little. It's uncalled for to go that far to Form M.
My office is very close to Ujuelegba, by Ujuelegba. The what's called the area boys, the motor people, the motor park people, they are better organized than what we have in government agencies. Rarely will you hear chaos at Ujuelegba. No. They are better organized. What is this cause confusion? Then people will come and negotiate. I said before that this country is not being governed.
Well,
Nigeria is not being governed.
For the first time, I want to say something in line to what we're talking about governance, leadership, politics. I want to say something. The government don't have to bring heavy tithes on citizens or a group of people that will harm them so much. What is happening to our solid mineral resources? I've never heard Fayemi come out to say there's so, and the government is making so. I've never heard that before. That's one of my pains in this regime. Yeah.
He's not.
After achieving what? As minister.
So nothing to show. Do you know the number of resources that we have in Nigeria? So instead of
the resources we've not even tapped into.
So they said the panla that is in the stockfish that is in Akure alone, the bitumen in Ondo State alone can take your. Look at UK, London. They feed from coal alone. Coal that is in Enugu, one state in Nigeria. So
I think the customs command, in charge of this, should come out and make things a bit clearer. You understand? Let's make it clearer and let's make the environment.
They have already taken a retreat. They have already taken a retreat. They said the policy is not coming into effect immediately.
June 13th is just July 13th is just around the corner. Even at the seaport itself, if you bring in your car, you're bringing your car and the clearance. It's not even on Form M. Talk less of because something came by air is 1 kilogram and then you put that on Form M.
That is part of the
how much do you pay really for shipping? How does the clearing agent make their own money?
Competent, educated people.
All right, let's move it along. Let's move it on. We hope they will settle this very quickly. Otherwise, this is going to have like a spiral, effect on other sectors as well. In case you haven't seen that.
It's going to be a disaster.
Okay. All right, quickly, customs to deploy drones to tackle rice smuggling. The Nigerian Customs Service has said it will adopt high technology strategies, including deployment of drones in combating the smuggling of rice and other prohibited goods into the country. Deputy Comptroller General in charge of investigations, Alhaji Aminu Dangala Dima, disclosed this while launching a set of 30 patrol vans at the organization's headquarters in Abuja. He added that the organization was also exploring a partnership with the Nigerian Air Force in the aerial anti-smuggling efforts and blah, blah, blah. I think this is coming on the heels of the recent what's it called? Is it arrest or confinement of some rice? About 2,000 bags of foreign parboiled rice, were intercepted. And what happens to the ones that are not reported? Is my question. I told you, I covered maritime, and I know what I'm talking about when I say what happens to the one that's not reported. For everyone, I'm sorry, this is the truth. For every 1,000 that is reported, 1,000 has been. That is the situation.
That is very normal.
So, but how is deploying drones going to help in tackling rice smuggling?
It's simple. It's simple. It's not workable. Let's forget it. It's not workable. It's just still the poverty mentality. Some people somewhere just want to sit down and make money off drones. Let me tell you, Nigeria has 86 legal borders and over 1,200 illegal borders. So tell me, how many drones
do you want
to fly in 86 borders that are legal? Talk less of over 1,200.
Let's even look at our airspace. Are you aware? Okay, maybe that's why they're going to be working in tandem with the Nigerian Air Force, because I do know that if you fly drones normally, there are some parts of airspace you don't go into. You know, if you're flying a drone. So how many, like you said, how many drones are we flying per day?
On the surface of it, right? The Nigerian Customs Service is trying to be innovative. Let's be frank. And they know that there are some places that even their vehicles cannot
reach. Yes.
You understand? So with drones that are monitored on monitors, they can know exactly where these smugglers are passing and look at the best way to neutralize them. Okay. That is generally the idea. Okay. To go where their vehicles cannot access, you know. But I don't know how they can do this with an overstretched Nigerian Air Force that is not able to combat Fulani herdsmen, that is not able to combat Boko Haram. They don't, I mean, Nigerian Air Force does not have either the time or the personnel or the resources to deploy on behalf of customs.
Well, I just think that there's some things that the customs should just get to keep to themselves. Even if you guys want to take the drones to get like curb smuggling of rice, you don't need to say that it's not.
Keep it.
No, they will.
Hold on. Have you guys seen those cars that they get to use as firewall? Those ones that they get to don't they get to pass the roads? Like,
hello,
seriously?
Can I say something here? The custom holds the knife and the yam. If they want smuggling to reduce, they reduce it. If they don't want it to reduce, they don't reduce it. They know the smugglers. We see the smuggling vehicles, we see them in our metropolis every day. It passes through custom.
In my own opinion, I think the drone won't be that effective in a porous border, because we have porous borders all across Nigeria, and it's an industry, like I used to say, it's an industry. People feed from smuggling. And just imagine, my pain is that, just imagine the number of, the amount of dollars in pounds that we lose to foreigners as we buy our rice from Thailand. You understand? When the nutritional value of our Abakaliki rice is one of the best in the world.
Yeah. You see, that's why I like what this government is doing concerning rice and banning of importation of rice. It's nice, it's wonderful if they can sustain it so that the local industries can grow and we can employ more people and reduce poverty. That's why I like what Nigerian Customs Service is doing. If they can get those drones, that would be nice.
To me, the practical solution is that if you compare the amount of dollars you're losing to smuggling, and you try to recruit more people, that will reduce unemployment. Because it is manpower, like you said, the Nigerian Air Force don't have that capacity, that manpower to deploy people to borders. We are fighting so much war around the northeast, so they don't have the manpower. So what if they recruit people, because they know the smugglers? It's a physical thing.
Okay. See, but you know another thing again, if there is no demand, there won't be any supply. So you and I are still the same people that still want to eat the foreign.
Let me tell you. Let me say something about the foreign. Who was saying something about Abakaliki?
Yes,
right? It tastes better. The nutritional value is higher. I think it's because we don't have enough. The supply is not enough. That's why people, will turn to what is available. Okay, I think if we have more of the local rice, people will switch off foreign rice. I particularly don't like it.
What is in rice?
So you switch off, but because, like you rightly said, there's demand for it.
Yes, the cost.
Let me give you the street testimonial. This is what is happening in Nigeria. Do you know that those guys that sell gala, some of them in the middle of the night, they break that road so that there will be traffic for them to sell gala?
Of course.
Do you know that some group of filling station managers, companies, they put money together to pay PHCN not to give light at a particular time.
In an area so can buy fuel.
Do you know
these allegations? These allegations.
No, it's an allegation, but you know how funny Nigerians can be. Do you know that people that are importing generator frustrate the power sector?
See, the importation of generator.
You don't want to believe that.
No, the importation of generation is to meet a need. It's just. How many times has the national grid collapsed?
So why is it taking us forever to fix the power?
Somebody said we have light, so there's no need for generator.
Of course.
All right, our time is fast. That's funny. Michael, you quiet. What happened suddenly?
Well, I don't know. But you see, for me, the three topics that have been brought up today points to one fact. Failure of governance in this country. Every country in the world has large borders. They don't build fences around. But because their people are comfortable, the structures are right, criminality, smuggling and all that are quite low. But whereby you have a structure whereby people cannot find a way to live and survive, they would always find a way out.
Desperate
whether
measures.
You like it or
yes,
not. If you like, deploy all the drones in the world. Over 1,400, they will still find a way to survive.
Well said. We have to go. Thank you so much for your contributions. All right, lastly, from the viewer's point of view, Ikwenagu Kenechukwu says, good afternoon. Nigeria is very, very poor because of tribalism. If we can focus and know that we are Nigeria and stop tribalism, the killing in this country is also due to tribalism in this country. Thank you, gentlemen, for being a part of the show today. Mr. Femi Durojai, thank you for coming. Michael Odiong, thank you. Bukola Olowoyeye, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Alero, for being a part of it. And thank you, viewers, for watching and for contributing. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing, at noon. Join us again.